dear, platonic, beautiful wife who loves penises as much as I do. First of all, stop with the tears. It's making your mascara run. You're beautiful without the mascara. Don't waste your money. Second, go to my condo. Remember, I gave you the key. On my kitchen table, there's a small mug I made for Rachel. It will fit perfectly into her little artist hands. I hope she continues with piano. I was never that good with kids, but I think she got my sixth sense of humor. I hope so. I like her. Maybe because she comes from you and I do like you. I can't fucking believe it. My 99-year-old mother will outlive me. Walking around Riverside Drive every morning with her cane, listening to podcasts about CBD and dementia, CBD and MS, CBD and libido, CBD and high blood pressure. To survive a stroke only to die from an undiagnosed melanoma. What a Shonda. Thank you for reading to me after the stroke when I could no longer read, and for helping me learn how to walk again. Your yoga students are lucky. That's all the compliments you're getting here. I know how you can never get enough. Now listen to me. In about 4 weeks, you will be receiving one of those ancestry genealogy kits. I think it's called My Heritage. Consider it a gift from me, your gay husband. I know, you make fun of these tests all the time, I know. You can't stand those ridiculous commercials. I thought I was German until I learned my ancestors came from Greece. Now I worship Zorba the Greek instead of Hitler. I've passed Souvlaki and I'm learning the bouzouki. I threw away all my copies of Kampf. I know your clever and scathingly satirical wit, but I also know how much you miss your parents and your mama. The stories you told me on our many martini-infused nights are forever inscribed in my mind. Your gentle Viennese father who was almost murdered by Hitler, your pragmatic Israeli mother who could have been a contender, like a Ruth Bader Ginsburg had she had the opportunity to get an education, and your cosmopolitan communist mama who survived the war after most of her family had been murdered. When you told me about her nightmares, how she screamed at night and you went to soothe her, I just couldn't believe it. For you, the Holocaust wasn't abstract, it was real, a living memory of your mama and her sister, eccentric 4'10" Tante Giska, who read the National Enquirer like it was the Torah. The thing is, you need more family, as you always fetch. Phil, the only family we have is in Israel. You, Robert, and Rachel, the two cats, and the new Cavapoo that shits all over your already messy house, need to connect with more people. And you need more Jews at your Passover Seders, for God's sake. Gay people know how to build tribes. Trust me on this one. So I think, are you sitting down? It wouldn't be a bad idea for you to find your birth mother. She'd still be a relatively young woman, probably in her 70s. I mean, you made all those cold calls to women with her name. Hello, is this Susan Morris? I'm looking for my birth mother. I was there for some of them. I mean, it's not like you haven't been curious. If you found your birth mother, then Rachel could have a grandmother. A bubby, assuming she's not insane. Who knows what other relatives you might find. I know you're skeptical, my Jewish sardonic queen, but set it down and spit into the damn plastic vial and go connect. Only connect. Didn't D.M. Forrester say that? You're the little literary maven, not me. I was the dancer and then the potter and gardener and then just a lonely gay man who had an almost fatal stroke who will die of a fucking scab on my ass. When my lover died of AIDS in 1989, I was alone. And I remained alone after that. You know this. You are not alone. You have a beautiful family, but like a Jewish mother, I worry. So please don't throw away the kit. Spit! And anyway, you like bodily fluids. You told me so yourself. Don't blush. Spit. and be skeptical of what you find. Spit knowing your true family, your real mishpacha, died many years ago. But who knows? Maybe you'll meet some rich relatives who bequeaths you a small fortune for Rachel's education. I can only leave that angel brainchild of yours so much, and that's the trust fund we spoke of last week. Yes, we know blood doesn't mean anything. You and I know two people can love each other deeply, and we can both covet your sexy husband's tight little ass. I digress. But you never know what lies behind a door you don't knock on. And you're a curious, hungry for life kind of gal. I love that quotation you always refer to, the one in your kitchen by our favorite homosexual bad boy, Oscar Wilde. How do I know what is enough until I know what is more than enough? Amen to that. It was my motto for most of my life. Go, spit, provoke yourself, arouse yourself into a flurry of indignant, self-righteous cultural criticism about how absurd it is to build a family around blood. Go, spit into the vial, and write a great, entertaining book about finding your birth mother in, oh, let's say Paris, and what an amazing bubby she made for Rachel. Go, spit, and connect with your bloody people. There are people out there waiting for you to find them, girlfriend. I did study Reiki for 3 months, so I'm connected to the source, or so I was told. Just spit. Maybe I got you the kit because I feel guilty about dying and leaving you. I know how you hate death, fear death. I don't fear death. I'm 69 years old and I've lived a lot of life, a lot of sex, good sex, bad sex, and then more recently, no sex. My prostate needs a break. It's so big. Remember when we took, remember when we took that stand-up comedy class together? You were so nervous, but you went up on stage and then you killed. That bit about your electric toothbrush and how your daughter used it and says, "Mommy, it smells funny like Daddy's breath." We got each other. I told you when my mother met you, she'd say, "Phil, this is just the kind of woman I imagined for you." My mother really came to accept my being gay. And it wasn't easy for her generation. Hell, it wasn't easy for me. They put me through hell. Hell trying to convert me, deprogram me, crazy shit. Now we can spit into a vial and connect with all kinds of strangers we call mishpacha, and people get all weepy about it. I've heard your critique of it, but I think you should do it anyway. And I know this genealogical rage is some crazy shit too. But when the kit arrives, pour yourself a glass of wine, then cough up your sputum and fill the vial. Mail it. Don't let it sit there on your dining table and let it get lost among all the books, the sections of the New York Times, and student papers. Don't accidentally throw it away either. Needless to say, I love you and will be inside your beautiful heart forever, tormenting you not to fear death and to exercise less and fuck more, much more. Americans are such ascetics. You're fine just the way you are, on the slender side of Zoftig. We met on that frigid winter day at Sweat Gym. What was it, 15 years ago? Before Rachel was born, long before she was born. You were a vision in black leather boots and tight spandex when you walked into the gym. That black biker jacket, your red hair. Who is this woman? We stretched together in the corner of that fakakta gym, and you said, "You're tall, dark, and handsome. You must be gay, right?" You weren't married then. "Correct, madam. Gay as they come." I mean, I slept with women in another life and it didn't work out. It was then you said, "I slept with a woman too and it didn't work out. I was a bad lesbian." And that was that. You see, I know you will say, you can't make a real family out of blood relations, out of an algorithm. It's a McFamily. I heard this before, this critique over wine, you whining over wine, over your latest pet peeve. Just do it, Lise, as the Nike ad commands. Don't overthink it, just cough it up, send it out, and see what you find. Do it, and write a movie about it. Thank you for being you. I'm on to the next world. where people don't die of AIDS or cancer, and you're not left an orphan at 31 with no aptitude for anything but writing exquisite poems, giving blowjobs, I assume, and parallel parking. Oh, and being the best fucking friend a man, gay, straight, bi, fluid, asexual, trans could dream of. Okay, now I'm verklempt. I love you, beautiful person in my life. Dear friend, it doesn't matter what you want to name us. We are unique. And I have a hunch you will find some unique people in your genetic lineage, and you will call them whatever you want to call them. You can't say no to a dying man's deathbed request and gift. Spit, for God's sake, and go tell the world about what you find. It will kill. Love, love, and more love. That's all there is. Phil.
Oh.